Okay, so we've now seen what happens if I use the Shift button with the arrow keys. That allows me to select data in more than one row or more than one column. We've also seen what happens if we use Control with the arrow keys. It allows us to move to the edge of a data block, either in a row or in a column. So next we'll look at what happens if we hold down both Control and Shift and then use the arrow keys. This we'll see moves us according to the Control and select according to the Shift a set of data cells up to the edge of the data block. So to illustrate that, let's once again go to something like S17. I think it's a cell that we've selected a number of times. Remember now, if I hold Control and I press the right arrow button, it will take me to the rightmost data cell in the orange block. It'll just move there. It will not select anything. It'll just move there. But if I now hold down Shift and I press together with the Control key and I now press the right arrow button, it shows me that I've now selected all these cells, and if I look at the over here, I see that the last cell I've selected is column DG and row 17. But if I've now released the Control and Shift button, but if I now scroll to the far left, we see that in this selection range, I actually started with cell S17. So all of this data in this row between, in row 17, between column S and column DG has been selected with this operation. Likewise, if I once again just select the cell S17, I hold down Control, I press the down arrow button, it will take me to the bottom edge of the orange block. But if I then also hold down the Shift key when I press the down arrow button, I see that I've selected all values in the column S up to the edge in the 904th row of the spreadsheet. But starting, if I scroll up, starting at the value in the cell S17. Okay, so that is illustrated the Control Shift arrow keys. The next one is this Control Home. What happens if I hold down the Control button and I press the Home button on the keyboard? This moves me to the first cell in the spreadsheet. It will actually select the cell A1. So let me do that. I'm holding down Control and I'm pressing Home on the keyboard. And so there you can, this is because it was in the text, the cursor was in the text box. So let me just try this again. If I select this cell, I do Control, I hit Control button, and then I hit the Home button. And there you can see in the name box, it shows it's a cell A1. And likewise, if I do Ctrl+End, it moves me to the last cell in the spreadsheet that contains data. So let me select this cell again, and I press down Control and I press on the End button. And so here you can see that this is the last cell in this spreadsheet that contains data in the row 2904 and in the column DG. Okay, so I'm going to press Control Home again to get back to where we are in our discussion. So with this, we've now completed this part on cell navigation and data selection.